You know, I think I determined something.
Did you finally decide where you want to eat whenever I ask you where?
No. That if you were a mythical creature, what would you be?
Should I be worried? What did you decide?
Well, I finally decided on something after thinking back to our childhood.
Oh yeah? What about?
Do you remember that wrestling phase?
What wrestling phase?
Please. In almost every photo of him, for at least a year, it was in a wrestling pose, and I could watch the WCW whenever it was on. You even tried wrestling our little brother on the couch a few times.
I was reigning champion of couch wrestling.
Because that's the thing.
Hey, I don't make fun of you for secretly playing with our sister's Polly Pockets.
I don't think that was much of a secret. Pretty sure she knew at least. Anyway, I was thinking about that and determined I think you're a Dokkaebi.
I have no idea what that is, and not sure if I should be offended or not.
Well, lore lovers, I have a tale to tell you today. And this one comes all the way from Korea. Every culture has a different name for similar creatures. Brownies, fairies, gnomes, goblins. All of them can be interchangeable depending on where you live or what story you're telling. And one region can have different beliefs of what this creature is capable of than the other parts of the region. They could be good, evil, neutral, or complete chaos. But none is really as unique as the Dokkaebi.
I still don't know what that is.
I'm getting to it! The Dokkaebi are classified as goblins, but they're a little bit different than the ones you might be used to. Unlike their counterparts in Western Europe, these are more like mischievous spirits. And the Dokkaebi can be dated back as early as the Goryeo period, which was from 918 to 1392.
So, I'm a ghost?
Not quite. Dokkaebi are different than the Gwisin, or ghosts, because they aren't spirits of anything deceased. They're spiritual possessions of inanimate objects or items stained with human blood. Depending on the time period, or even the story, they look completely different from one another. Traditionally, they look like the monsters found on roof tiles in the area. Chicken feet, large, hulking, and muscular. A wide open grin with fangs and demonic eyes. Like this. Some even make a grand appearance in an aura of bright blue fire. Some are harmless, playful pranksters who challenge travelers to Syriam, or Korean wrestling. And when they wrestle, they can't be beaten unless their right side is exposed. Unless, in some stories, they only have one leg. In that case, it's advised that you push them and trip them. The Dokkaebi can bring good harvests, big catches, great fortune, or even defend against evil. And some rituals are even held to cater to their good fortune and rid the town of evil.
And you're saying I'm like this amazing ghost goblin that loves to wrestle people and make people rich? I'll take it.
Others, however, hold rituals to keep them at bay, as they can cause fire and contagious diseases.
I think I'm definitely the good one, right?
That would explain why I've constantly been sick since I've known you.
You've known me your whole life.
And always sick. Weird. In Jeju Island, there is Durin Gut, and that is a healing ceremony. It cures the person of mental illnesses caused by the Dokkaebi. It banishes them, much like an exorcism with the...
Now you're just being mean.
Another difference between these goblins and other ones is that these ones carry items with them. Some have the Dokkaebi Gamtu, which is a hat that if you wear it, you're invisible. Others have the Dokkaebi Bangmangi, and that's a club that can summon items and basically is used like a magic wand. The Dokkaebi especially love food. Most Korean legends have some form of the Dokkaebi in them. But one of my favorite legends about them is about an old man living alone in the middle of a forest. One night he is eating alone when the Dokkaebi arrive. The man offers him a drink, and they soon get along perfectly, becoming friends. The Dokkaebi would come by quite often just to hang out with him. The Dokkaebi would come back quite often just to be with the old man. One day, the old man saw his reflection in the mirror and was scared. Because it wasn't his reflection, he was turning into a Dokkaebi. And though they enjoyed the company of each other, this frightened the old man. And so the next time he visited, he asked the Dokkaebi what was his biggest fear. The Dokkaebi, after having several drinks, replied saying that his biggest fear is blood, and asked what the old man's fear was as well. The old man replied money. That's why he lives alone in the middle of the forest, so he never sees it. The following day, after the Dokkaebi left, the old man slaughtered a cow, drenching his whole home in blood. When the Dokkaebi saw this, he was furious, and swore he would get his revenge on the old man, giving him what he feared most. Sure enough, the Dokkaebi returns a few nights later and throws piles of money at him. To this day, the Dokkaebi never returned, and the old man became the richest man in the nearby villages. What's fascinating about the Dokkaebi is that the Koreans have recognized that there's so many different forms of them. There's the Cham Dokkaebi, which are the mischievous ones. The Gay Dokkaebi, which are the evil ones. And then also the Go Dokkaebi, they're the ones good at fighting and handling weapons, especially arrows. The Jim Sao Bang Dokkaebi, and those are the dumb ones, who are said to look like farmers. The Nat Dokkaebi, which are the only kind that show up during the day. They also give away those Dokkaebi Gamtu, those hats that make you invisible. Then there's the Odar Dokkaebi. These are the ones with one legs that love cerium. And also the Onum Dokkaebi. These are the Dokkaebi with only one eye. And lastly, there's the Gaksi and Chonggak Dokkaebi. These are the lady and masculine Dokkaebi respectively, and they're said to lure humans with their beauty. No matter where you go in Korea, you can always hear stories of these goblin-like creatures. Or spirits, I guess. And with so many, you can easily fear some and love others. Well, lore lovers, what do you think? Do you believe in the Dokkaebi? Would you like to meet one, see one, try to trick one? Have you heard of them before? Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you liked today's video, be sure to like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon to be alerted for when the next video becomes available. If you really liked this video, be sure to share it, and let others hear about the mischievous wiles of the Dokkaebi. Until next time, lore lovers, I hope you're good at wrestling if you ever meet one.